sorry, I didn't see you guys there. I was just checking out the NBC World Series' new app. You can find this app at the App Store. All you need to do is type in NBCWS to be caught up on all things NBC World Series.
NBC World Series, it all happens here.
Diamond Dogs are coached by head coach Pat Hawk, by Mark Cole, great Beth Frederick, Mike Wick, and Mark Carvalho.
And good afternoon, everybody. It's baseball time in Wichita. Todd Hook, along with producer, director, engineer Chris Worrell and Caden on the camera. We're here to bring you live Game 2 of the NBC World Series, 84th edition, powered by Westar. Today's matchup, Colorado Black Bears versus the home team, Cheney, Kansas Diamond Dogs. And the Black Bears will be the visiting team, and here's how they'll go. Evan Maker will lead it off and play left field. Zach Walsh will play second base and hit second. Garrett Skillings will be over at third base. And in the cleanup spot, Brett Bonner. He will be the designated hitter. Hitting fifth, Thomas Craig. He will be in center field. Brandon Warner will be over at first base and hit sixth. Hitting seventh, Austin Lynch. He will be in right field. Drew Duncan will be over at shortstop, and rounding out the order will be Josiah Scott. He will be doing the catching. Defensively for Cheney, left to right in the outfield, Kennard, Rayburn, and Douglas. Glenn over at third base, Pruitt at shortstop, Moritz at second base, Hastings over at first, Miller doing the catching. And on the mound for Cheney will be Sean McElwee. Umpires for today, Chris Booker, Sean Bolt, and Robert Dickerson. 1, 2, and 3 for the Black Bears. It'll be Maker, Walsh, and Skillings. Here is Evan Maker out of Holy Names University. Left fielder today, 1 for 2 in Game 1 of Championship week, and he takes a strike. 97 degrees here in Wichita at first pitch. Wind southwest at 16, and that is blowing out to left and center. And the 0-1, that's high and in, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Just underway, 3 minutes past the hour of 4. And the 1-1 has fouled back this direction. 1 and 2. This is Game 2 of 4 today. San Diego Force and Everett Washington squared off at 1, and Everett took that one 7-2. 1-2. That's a good change of pace. He's out ahead of it, and that's strike 3. So 1 out now for the Black Bears. Here's Zach Walsh. Walsh out of Metro State in Denver. He was 0 for 3 in Game 1, and he takes a good fastball in there for a call strike at 85. High and away. Bears are coached by Howard Karsh, Zach Moldenhauer, and Anthony Wilson. That is inside. 2 balls and a strike just underway. Top of the first, Bears and Dawgs. Bears out of the Rocky Mountain Collegiate League. That is down the line. That'll be in there for a base hit. That'll be in down to the corner. Kennard up with it quickly. And that's a one-out double for Zach Walsh.
And that is a Star Lumber extra base hit. When you want to cover all your
So the
bases,
Bears with something cooking early here with one out. Here is Garrett Skillings.
first choice of revolvers in every style and size.
Big ballpark here at Lawrence Dumont. 330 down the line, 385 in the alleys.
17, Garrett Skillings.
And 400 to deep center. Or for me, that would be a driver 7-iron. Wind blowing out. We'll see how it plays. Left-hander Skillings now. They're going to appeal to see if he might have missed first base. And umpire says, nope, he hit it. One out in the inning. Skillings, the third baseman today. 0 for 2 in game one. That is inside, ball one. Skillings out of Regis University. Bears out of the Rocky Mountain Collegiate League, 22-2 this past summer. That is smoked down to first base. Hastings gets down and stays with it. He'll take it himself for out number 2.
Designated hitter number 20, Brett Bonner.
So 2 down on the inning, Brett Bonner. Batting cleanup today, the designated hitter out of Barton Community College. Bonner, a local guy out of Wichita, 6 foot 210. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. No balls and a strike. We have a fantastic view of the plate. We are right above home plate. We can say in and out very well. Up and down, not so much, but we'll still comment on it. And the 0-1 in the dirt, blocked nicely by Miller. That saved a run. Catchers are so much better than they were 30 years ago. They can not only block the baseball, but keep it close. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here it is. That's high and away. 2-1. Want to wish the boss a speedy recovery. Kevin Jinks is a little under the weather today. And a 2-1. That's in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Don't worry, we got everything under control. 2-2 now, 2 outs, runner at third base. Bonner 1 for 3. That's in the dirt. And a run will score. So Walsh will score, and the Black Bears strike first on the wild pitch. 3-2 now to Brett Bonner. That looked like one of them back foot sliders that got away from McElwee. And a 3-2. That is low and away, ball 4. And a 2-out walk issued to Bonner. That'll bring up Thomas Craig. Craig 1 for 3 in game 1. Center fielder today out of University of Texas at Dallas. First pitch, high and away, ball 1. McElwee lost a little bit of command. 14 innings of work for McElwee. Gave up 8 hits this past summer, 3 runs, struck out 14, and had 8 walks. That is deep to left. Back goes Kennard. Gone. That is a 2-run home run for Thomas Craig. That ball got down the line and out of here in a hurry. And it's 3-0 Black Bears. Thought maybe it was too much on the line and it wouldn't get out, but it kept going. So 3-0 Black Bears. They have come out and hit the Diamond Dogs in the mouth. Here is Brandon Warner out of the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. Off-speed pitch is high, ball 1. 2 outs on the inning. Maker led it off with a strikeout. Walsh doubled. Ground out to Skillings. That's 2-0. Walk to Bonner and a bomb by Thomas Craig, and you're all caught up. That is popped up, right side. Moritz going out, Douglas coming in. He will make the call, and that'll do it. So the Black Bears get 3. We've played a half an inning. Colorado Black Bears 3. Cheney Diamond Dogs coming up. We will be right back.
For 60 years, Goodwill has helped people with disabilities, like Dontre, develop skills through job training opportunities. Dontre wanted to work, but he struggled with managing his task lists and communicating with coworkers. With the help of a Goodwill employment training specialist, Dontre got a job he loves and improved his communication and time management skills, becoming an independent and reliable employee. Donate, shop, educate, employ. Learn more and give at goodwillks.org.
Defensively for the Black Bears. First baseman will be number 14, Warner. Second baseman will be number 5, Walsh. Shortstop, number 1, Duncan.
And welcome back. Bottom of the first we go. Here's how the Cheney Diamond Dogs will go. Wade Rayburn will lead it off. He will play center field. Brandon Pruitt will be over at shortstop. He will hit second. Jackson Glenn will hit third and play third base. In the cleanup spot will be Andrew Miller. He will be behind the dish. And hitting fifth, Scott Hastings. He will be over at first base. Tristan Kennard will play left field and hit sixth. Hitting seventh, Matt Schurick. He will be the designated hitter. In the eighth spot, Hunter Douglas. He will be over at right field. And rounding out the order, Ryan Moritz. He will be at second base. Left or right in the outfield for the Bears, Maker, Craig, and Lynch. Skillings at third base. Duncan at short. Walsh at second base. Warner will be at first base. Scott will be doing the catching on the mound. Alexander Sanchez. An interesting story by this young man. He was signed by the Atlanta Braves in 2015 and spent 1 season in rookie ball. Here is Wade Rayburn. That is outside, ball 1. Sanchez threw 35 innings in 2015 and gave up 37 hits. And that's high. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0 Bears. 29 strikeouts for Sanchez in that 2015 campaign. In there for a call strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Walked 24. Opponents hit 272 against him. So that is the numbers on Alexander Sanchez. That's in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rayburn out of the University of New Orleans. That is bounced right side, foul. Hit 351 in the regular season. Looking at the numbers on the Diamond Dogs, I think the worst hitter is 306. So you don't see that too often. That is low and away, 3-2 to the leadoff man, Rayburn. Rayburn 1 for 3 in game 1 of championship week. That is bounced to the left side. Duncan will get it on the in-betweener. That throw is wide. And it looks like Rayburn made a turn towards second base, fell down. Backing it up is the catcher, Scott. Back to Warner to apply the tag for out number 1. So that is the routine 6-3-2-3 put out for out number 1. Brandon Pruitt now, the shortstop out of Grayson College. Inside, ball 1. He's only played in 2 games for the Dawgs this summer and has a couple of hits. That is swung on and fouled back. 3 for 4 in game 1 of championship week, so he's swinging a hot bat at the moment. It's in there for a strike, 1-2. They play him straight away and deep, especially in right field. 1-2. That is squirted foul down the right side. Count remains 1-2. Dawgs were 33-6 overall this past summer and 25-2. They won the Sunflower Collegiate League title. And 1-2. That is just past the pitcher. Walsh charging. Up with it over to first in time. Good play by Walsh. And there are 2 away.
Number 8, the third baseman, number 9, Jackson Glenn.
And it's Jackson Glenn's turn. Hitting .531 in 22 games out of Dallas Baptist. Dallas Baptist out of the Missouri Valley Conference. Drove in 41 in 22 games, and he takes a strike. 1 for 4 in game 1. They play him deep as well. Has some power, 4 home runs on the summer. That is into right field. Lynch coming, and he will haul it in. So the Dawgs go quietly and in order. We have played 1. 3-0 Bears. We'll be right back.
The person named for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Taking energy to heart.
And welcome back. Top of the second we go. It's been all Bears. They lead it 3-0. 7, 8, and 9 for the Bears. It'll be Lynch, Duncan, and Scott.
15 Alston
McElwee out for his second inning of work. Gave up 3 runs in the first. And the first pitch to Lynch, that is foul down the right side. Lynch out of the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. Hits from the left side. Still looking for his first base hit of the tournament. And that's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. That's a good change of pace. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Oh, McElwee pulled the string on that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That is high. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Top of the second. Off-speed pitch. Just missed outside. Tried to backdoor a little curveball. And it's 3-2. 3-2. That is a 1 hopper to the second baseman. Moritz will get it as he retreats to the outfield. Good play. And that's out number 1.
Shortstop number 1, Drew Duncan.
1 down. Here's Drew Duncan. Out of the University of Arkansas, Fort Smith. 0 for 2 in game 1. He's a shortstop. And the first pitch from McElwee is high and in. And that one's high too, to 2-0. McElwee, a very stingy earned run average this past summer. That's in there for a strike. Giving up 1.29 runs a game. He's 2-0. Struck out 14 in 14 innings of work. And his low 3-1. Very warm day here in Wichita. 3-1, high and in. And a one-out walk to Duncan.
Is owned and controlled by the people who use our service. We're a great choice for your personal financial needs. And most of all, we are passionate about helping our members achieve their financial goals. Now, Betty.
Josiah Scott now. He is doing the catching out of the University of Nebraska, Omaha. He is also hitless for the tournament and takes a pitch outside. Scott out of Littleton, Colorado, 6'3", 200. And the 1-0. That is popped up right side. Moritz is making the call. Can't haul it in. That's in and out of his glove. That will go as an error. Moritz had to go a long way. I think he was shaded more towards the middle of the diamond. I think he probably makes that play 9.5 times out of 10. First and second, one out top of the order. Here's Evan Maker. 0 for 1 today, struck out in the first. 1 for 3 in the tournament. First and second. And that's low ball 1. One out. Austin Lynch led it off. Bounced out to the right side. And the 1-0 just misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. McElwee a little upside down in his ball to strike ratio. 20 balls, 16 strikes. That is foul back.
Autotech is a one-stop service center.
2-1. Today is Superhero Cape Giveaway and National Root Beer Float Day. All root beer floats are half price. Boy, you can't beat that on a hot day. Also got those $3 Bud Light drafts till 6 o'clock. That is in there at the letters. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Some activity in the Dawgs bullpen. Like Corey Haight getting loose to shortstop. 2nd for 1. Back to first, not in time. And Maker beat it out. So Duncan down to 3rd. And Josiah Scott is forced at 2nd for out number 2.
Second baseman number 5, Zach Walsh.
2-hole man Zach Walsh doubled and scored in the first. And he takes one low. 1st and 3rd now for the Bears. They lead it 3-0. Walsh out of Metro State. He is 1 for 4 in the tournament. 2 balls and no strikes. That is lined to the third baseman. Glenn goes up and gets it. That ball was smoked. And that'll do it for the Bears. They're going to strand a couple. And we've played 1.5. 3-0 Bears. We'll be right back. And we're back, home half of the second we go. 3-0 Bears. 4, 5, and 6 for the Dogs. It'll be Miller, Hastings, and Kennard. Here is Andrew Miller. UT Arlington product. Plays for my good buddy Darren Thomas down in Arlington. 0 for 4 in the tournament. First at bat today. That is inside, ball 1. Hitting in the cleanup spot, 438 on the season. He has driven in 51 and gone yard 9 times. 2 balls and no strikes to Miller. And he's doing the catching. Inside, 3-0. I wonder if they might turn him loose. Dogs trail it. They do need base runners. We'll see how they play it. 3-0. That is inside. 4-pitch walk to Andrew Miller, which may not be a bad idea.
They would stop Pedro Craig in that base on balls. Brings up the first baseman, number 17, Scott Hastings.
Scott Hastings now. Out of Corpus Christi A&M, left-hander, steps in and takes a pitch outside, ball 1. So 5 balls in a row by Sanchez. That is high. So 6 in a row. 2 balls and no strikes. Looks like Scott going to go out and talk to him. 18 pitches for Sanchez through an inning. He got the Diamond Dogs in order in the bottom of the first. Started the inning off, walked Andrew Miller, and now he's 2-0 against Scott Hastings. Hastings 406 on the season. He is hitless in the tournament. Wind appears to be blowing out to left center now. And a 2-0. Off-speed pitch is high. Sanchez pounds on his chest saying, my fault. 3 balls and nothing. We'll see if Sanchez can get healthy. That's high. So back-to-back walks issued to the Dogs. Lots of folks in attendance supporting the Dogs, and as they should be. Just about 30 minutes away. Tristan Kennard, the left fielder now out of the University of New Orleans. 325 in the regular season, and he takes a pitch on the inside corner, strike 1. 1 for 3 in game 1. First and second, nobody out. Almost hit him. 1-1. Kennard with good speed has stolen 10 this year. And the 1-1, that is fouled away.
That foul ball was caught by your vehicle. Get Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency and call to make sure you and your family are protected.
Saw my good buddy Josh Axline brought his boy out to the ballpark, and that's what we ought to all be doing. And the 1-2, that is to the shortstop. He will flip to the second baseman for 1 over to second, and the Bears will turn it. That's a big double play. Miller over to third, and Hastings is erased.
Number 16, Matt Schurig.
So 2 down. Here is Matt Schurig, designated hitter. Northeast Texas College, 306. That's a good off-speed pitch on the inside corner. Sanchez a little frustrated with himself. And the 0-1 swung on and missed. Dug out nicely by Scott. I think maybe Schurig swung at ball 1. Schurig with the throwback stirrups Always good to see. No balls and 2 strikes. A pitch away from getting out of this mess. And just inside, almost hit him. 1 and 2. Here's the 1-2 from Sanchez. Swung on and missed. That is bobbled. And Scott will retrieve it down to first in time. The threat is over. Now we have played 2. Dawgs are going to leave 1. And the Bears lead it 3-0. And we'll be right back.
It is the Black Bears 3.
The city's not just built, it's grown to the needs of people. You make the infrastructure, the muscle, bone, and circulation, so natural to the body of the city that you almost forget they're even there.
For details. Attention fast now, pitching for Cheney will be number 8, Corey Hall. Now on the mound for the Diamond Dogs.
Come back top of the third we go. All Bears, they lead it 3-0. 3, 4, and 5 for the Bears. It'll be Skillings, Bonner, and Craig. New arm for the Dogs. Corey Hott will take over. It's 5'10", 170-pounder out of Mays, Kansas. Out of Pittsburgh State. He will take over. He will take over for McElwee. Went a couple innings, gave up 3 hits.
For Colorado, the third baseman number 17, Garrett Skilling.
Here is Garrett Skillings. 0 for 1 today, 0 for 3 for the tournament, and he takes a strike. Skillings, the third baseman out of Regis. That is fouled back. Numbers for Hott, 18 innings of work this last summer. Appeared in 5 games, 2 starts, 15 hits, 17 strikeouts, only 8 walks. He was 1-0 and had an ERA of 3.00. Swung on and missed. That'll do it for Skillings. Good news for the Cheney faithful. Leadoff man is retired. Here is Brett Bonner. One out, nobody on, top of the third. Bears got 3 in the first, and they lead it 3-0. That is outside. Ball 1, didn't miss by much. Bonner walked and scored in the first. Cleanup spot out of Barton Community College. That is bounced to the right side, foul. Bonner out of Wichita. 6 foot 210. 1 for 3 for the week. That is high and away. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1. That's high again. 3-1. Skilling's led it off with a strikeout. And it's 3-1 now to Bonner. And that missed just outside. That'll be a one-out walk issued to Bonner. And here's Thomas Craig. Big home run in the first. 2 RBIs. He is 2 for 4 in the tournament. University of Texas at Dallas. And he swings through the first one. 0-1. Another big swing and a miss. 0-2 now to Craig. Out of Austin, 5'8", 205. 0-2, that's wide. Can't really believe everything you read. I'm 5'8", 205. That is swung on and missed. And Craig goes to a knee, and that's out number 2.
Hometown brand, York. Nominating the first baseman number 14, Brendan Warner.
Brendan Warner now. 0 for 1 today, flew out to right field. Out of Arkansas, Fort Smith. 0 for 3 in the tournament, so he's still looking for his first base hit of the experience. That's in there for a strike. And hot ahead in the count, 0-1. Swung on and missed. And it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first base, and a pitch. Tried to check his swing. He went around. Miller applied the tag, and that'll do it. So Hott strikes out the side, and we play 2.5. Bears lead at 3-0. We'll be right back.
Mount up, take off, and chase the sun. Experience more of what makes Kansas great. And let K-Tag help you get there. 236 miles of road, endless destinations of wonder. Start your adventure with K-Tag. Get your free K-Tag at myktag.com.
10, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, rock, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put it down right song. Join me. When the clock strikes, we're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, 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 till the light goes on.
And we're back home half of the third we go. Dawgs with some work to do. They trail the Bears 3-0. 8, 9, and 1 scheduled for the Dawgs. Douglas, Moritz, and Rayburn scheduled. Sanchez out for inning number 3. Here is Hunter Douglas out of Mesa University in Colorado. First pitch to him. Off-speed pitch is high, ball 1. Good numbers last summer, 360 with 9 stolen bases. That's in there, 1-1. 1 for 4 in championship week. 1-1, that is into left field. Maker over and to his left. He will run it down for out number 1. Here is the 9 spot, Ryan Moritz, out of Hutchinson Community College.
Number 43, Ryan Moritz.
Good numbers, 382. Still looking for his first base hit of the tournament. And he swings through the first one, strike one. .35 pitches now for Sanchez. That is up the middle. That will be a one-out base hit for Moritz. He is aboard. Top of the order, Wade Rayburn. 0 for 1 today. Let's just say he bounced out in the first. 1 for 4 in the tournament. .351 for the summer. Good numbers. And he swings through the first one, gets a piece of it. Strike one. University of Narlands. No balls and a strike. Pretty good lead over there. That is wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Moritz with 10 stolen bases. And the pitch, that's wide. Looks like a balk is called. So Moritz down to second base. I don't think Sanchez came set. So he will be at second base with 1 out. So the Dawgs with a runner in scoring position with just 1 out. And Rayburn at the plate. 1-1. That misses outside. 2-1. Two balls and a strike, 1 out. And the pitch. That is popped up. And out of play. Bat went down to first base. They do make a product called pine tar. External use only. You don't need it. You put it on your bat. And it's 2-2. Looks like he is just going to trust it. Here's the 2-2. That's in the dirt. Good take there by Rayburn. And 3 balls and 2 strikes. Warm day here in Wichita. 96 degrees. That is into left field. They will send the runner. And the throw is going to be cut off. And Moritz will score from second. And Dawgs are on the board. So a base hit for Rayburn. He is 1 for 2. Good piece of hitting there. Pretty good pitch there by Sanchez. That's on the outer half. Just stuck his bat out there. Tried not to roll over it. And it's into left field. That'll bring up Brandon Pruitt.
Coming in, the shortstop, number 19, Brandon Pruitt.
Pruitt bounced out to the right side in the first. He's 0 for 1. And 3 for 5 in experience. Looks like they have the runner picked off. First, back down to second. And that'll do it for Rayburn. So it looked like Rayburn was going on first movement and got a jump. That will be a pickoff, 2 outs. And this will be the first pitch to Pruitt. In there for a strike. Good change of pace. Soft stuff early from Sanchez. Pitch number 45 for Sanchez. And it's in there for a strike. 0-2. And the 0-2. That is wide. 3 runs, 3 hits, an error for the Bears. 1 run and 2 hits. No errors for the Dawgs. 1-2. That is lifted into center. Craig coming hard, lays out. He's not going to get it. backed up nicely by Lynch. And Pruitt running hard all the way. And he's in there with a double. So the pickoff play is big.
And that is a Star Lumber extra base hit. When you're looking for a deck big enough to hold the whole team.
So Pruitt with a 2-out double. He's 1 for 2. Jackson Glenn now out of Dallas Baptist. Chance to cut in that lead a little bit. Looks like Pruitt getting up gingerly. Looks like he's going to be okay. Here is Glenn, 0 for 1 today. And 1 for 5 in the tournament. Takes a pitch low. 22 games for the Dogs, hit .531. Drove in 41 and hit 4 bombs. 1-0. That is a soft one in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Jackson Glenn. They play him deep in center and deep in right. About average in left. 1-1. And a sprayed foul out of play.
Autotech is a one-stop service center for all of your vehicles.
Ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dogs with 1 run here in the bottom of the 3rd. They trail the Bears 3-1. Glenn out of Dallas Baptist, 1-2 in the dirt. That's smothered nicely by Scott. That'll keep Pruitt right where he's at. Two balls and 2 strikes. And a pitch. That is fisted foul. A pretty good pitch there from Sanchez on the inside corner. And the count remains 2-2. Dogs 25-2 in the Sunflower Collegiate League. 33-6 overall. That is high and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Pruitt down at second with a 2-out double. Full count now to Glenn. And the pitch. That is soft bouncer to the shortstop. Duncan gets it on the run over to first. Just gets him by an eyelash. Much to the delight of the Cheney faithful, but that will do it. The Dogs are going to leave one. We have played 3. And the score now 3-1 Bears. We'll be right back.
If we really put everything in our name that we do, it would look like this. Professional mechanical, electrical, plumbing, structural, telecommunications, civil, transportation, aviation, water, wastewater, energy, land development, planning, field services, survey, geotechnical, materials testing, inspection, 3D scan, air and water balance, engineering consultants.
In the Stock Merchandise 10. A huge thank you to the Kansas Honor Flight for everything they do for our events. Make sure to toss your empty beer cans into one of our 4 Kansas Honor Flight trash bins located on the first base concourse. Proceeds will help send a vet to D.C.
Welcome back, top of the 4th. We go 3-1 now, Bears. 7, 8, and 9 for the Bears to beat Lynch, Duncan, and Scott. Horn blows, no penalty. Lynch 0 for 1 today, hitless in the tournament. So the manager for Cheney out of the dugout trying to determine why ball one or strike one not called. Home plate umpire quickly dispatched him back to the dugout. So no penalty. First pitch to Lynch in there for a strike. Defense was trying to hurry it up, so I think it could have gone either way. And the 0-1 inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lynch out of North Carolina, Charlotte. Right fielder today. Bounced out right side last time. It's outside, 2-1. Hott got through the third inning in 13 pitches. He is out for inning number 2, and that's high. 3 balls and a strike. (3-1). That is fisted foul. So Hott will get healthy in the count. 3-2. They play Lynch a shade to pull towards right field. That is in there for a call strike. So just froze him on that off-speed pitch. And the first out of the inning. So Hott struck out the side in the third and starts off this inning with a strikeout. So that's strikeout number 4. Here's Drew Duncan. Walked in, was stranded in the second, and takes inside, ball 1. Hitless in championship week out of Arkansas Fort Smith. That's high and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Hott was down on the count 3-0 to the last hitter. Ended up getting a strikeout. 2 balls and no strikes. That's in there for a call strike. 2-1. Pretty good location from Hott. And a 2-1 misses low. 3-1. 1 out, top of the 4th, nobody on. 3-1 Bears. 3 balls and a strike. That is fisted foul down the left side. Duncan able to turn on that one a little bit, unable to keep it fair. And it's 3-2. So second straight 3-2 count for Hott. And a 3-2. That's wide. And he'll walk him. So the second free pass issued by Corey Hott. Josiah Scott now. Reached on an error in the second, so he's 0 for 1. Out of the University of Nebraska, Omaha. That is outside. Ball 1. Pretty good fastball there from Hott at 89. Lynch led it off with a strikeout. Duncan drew a walk. And here's Josiah Scott. That's inside in the dirt. And by the time Miller collected it, Duncan down to second. Time is called. We're going to have a visit to the mound. Nobody getting loose in the Cheney bullpen, so this will be a quick pep talk, I hope. Kind of get you caught up on what's shaking here at the 84th NBC World Series. Today is Superhero Cape Giveaway and National Root Beer Float Day. Half-price root beer floats. And for about another hour and 5 minutes, you can get those $3 Bud Light drafts. Come on down. Don't speed and don't drink and drive. Well, the conference is over. 2 balls and no strikes now to Josiah Scott. He is doing the catching. Runner at second base, 1 out. That's That's in there on the inside corner. 2-1. Pretty good spot there. Got Scott shaded over towards the line and left. That is bounced foul. 2-2. Everybody shaded towards the left field. A lot of room down the right field line. Happens to get one down there, he would run for a week and a half. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is lifted to center. Rayburn back. Looks like he is camped. Makes the play. Runner tags. And he is in there without a throw. So a productive out for Josiah Scott. And there are 2 away.
Somebody for Colorado, the left fielder, number 8, Evan Macker.
Top of the order, here's Evan Maker. 0 for 2 today, reached on a fielder's choice in the second. Struck out in the first. 1 for 4 in championship week. Opportunity to add to the Bears' lead. They lead at 3-1. That has popped up. That's probably not going to do it. Pruitt going out. That'll be the shortstop. He will haul it in for out number 3. So the Bears are going to strand one. We've played 3.5. They still lead at 3-1. And we'll be back.
Kansas Gas Service delivers natural gas to many of the companies you know, ensuring they have the energy they need to grow and build strong communities, providing cost-effective, safe, and reliable natural gas for a better tomorrow today. Kansas Gas Service.
And bottom half of the fourth we go. 4, 5, and 6 for the Dawgs. They trail the Bears 3-1. It'll be Miller, Hastings, and Kennard. First pitch to Andrew Miller. Fisted foul. 51 pitches through 3 innings for Sanchez. He's out for inning number 4. Miller with a walk in the second. He is 0 for 4 for the week. And 1-1. UT Arlington product. 438 this last summer. That is drilled to center. Craig right there. He's coming in. Leaves his feet. And they say he did not catch it. Looked like he caught it from here. That's just my opinion. The coach is going to come out and talk about it. I didn't see that it hit the turf at all. Of course, I am 50 feet above home plate. Did see it pretty well. So the first base umpire made the call. Thought maybe Craig had a bead on it, but he suddenly sped up. That ball that's hit right at you on a line is the hardest one to judge in baseball. Looks like they're going to talk about it. It looks like the skipper from the Bears has convinced the crew to talk about it. Because the minute he caught it, he showed it to us. And if that was underneath his glove, I don't know how it would have got in there. I didn't see it short hop. We will see what they come up with. Since I'm doing this in pen, I'm going to wait and see what they decide. Smarter than I look. And looks like they have talked about it, and they're going to determine that it was not a catch. So Miller will be aboard with his first base hit of the tournament and the day. He is 1 for 1. So the Dawgs with the leadoff man aboard here in the bottom of the 4th. They trail it 3-1. Scott Hastings now walked in the 2nd. That is bounced to the first baseman. Good play over there by Warner. Had to leave his feet, got up in the air, snagged it right above the bag, stepped on it for out number 1. No chance at a play at second. Miller down to second, and there's one away. Tristan Kennard. That is inside. Bounced out to the right side. He's over 1. He is 1 for 4 for the week. And a pitch inside. Just missed. Sanchez, 51 pitches through 3. And a pitch, that's high. 3 balls and no strikes to the left fielder, Kennard. University of Nylons. 3-0. That's in there for a strike right down the middle. We'll see if Sanchez can get healthy in the count. Three balls and a strike. That is fouled back, so 3-2 it is.
That foul ball is sponsored by Autocraft. The mark of a good body shop is don't mark at all.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second base, 1 out. That is Andrew Miller out there. And that is off the hands into center field, just past the diving Duncan. Miller had to pause, make sure the ball was going to go through. He's down to third. And a couple of base hits for the Dawgs with 1 out. Runners at the corners. No activity in either pen. Dawgs threatening with 1 out. Miller over at third. Kennard gets his first base hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 2. He's over at first base. Matt Shurick now, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1. Strikeout victim in the second. 0 for 2 for the week. Sanchez is going to step off and start over. Like they're up even with the corner. Runner goes. Pitch is into center field. Craig back and to his right. He will haul it in. Runner will tag easily and score, and the Dawgs get one. So the leadoff base hit by Miller is going to pay off. And Shurick with an RBI. So 2 outs now.
Right gunner number 3, Hunter Douglas.
Hunter Douglas, 0 for 1 today out of Mesa. 1 for 5. Runner goes. Good jump. Throw. Third base side. Not in time. Throw is a little bit to the third base side. Good dig out there by Walsh. Time he got the tag on, Kennard had stole it. He had 10 stolen bases this last summer, so he does run well. 2 outs. That is driven to left field. Maker back. That gets over his head. 1 hops the wall. And 1 run will score. We're all tied up. So Maker let that one get over his head. Looks like he took the first step, was in. And that got over his head in a hurry. That was another situation where a line drive right at a guy and got confused on it. By the time he figured it out, it was over his head. That will be a base hit for Douglas, actually a double, and an RBI. Kennard scores, and we're all tied up. Here is Ryan Moritz. Steps in from the left side. Singled and scored in the third out of Hutchison. Omaha, Nebraska product. And that is in the dirt. Ball one. Ball and no strikes, 2 runs across here in the inning. Douglas at second base. That is to the right side, backhanded by Warner. He will take it himself, and both slide in, but Warner beats him to it. So that'll do it for the Dawgs. They get a couple and have tied it up. We're all tied at 3 through 4. We'll be right back.
This bud's for the dream and the people bold enough to pursue it. For those who come from nothing and rise to something. It's for those who take everything this country has to offer and make it their own.
Five we go. We're all tied at 3. 2, 3, and 4 for the Colorado Black Bears. It'll be Walsh, Skillings, and Bonner. Hot out for inning number 3. And 33 pitches through 2 innings. Ball is bunted, foul. So Walsh trying to sneak one down the third base line. And it'll go foul. Walsh 1 for 2 today, doubled and scored in the first out of Metro State. 1 for 5 in the week. And he went. Now they're saying Walsh went around. 0-2. 0-2, that is bounce left side, foul. And the 0-2. Good fastball at 87, must have been low. And it's 1-2. McElwee started it, went 2 innings, gave up 3 hits. And then swung on and missed. And Walsh will strike out here in the 5th. So 1 out now in the inning. Here is Garrett Skillings. 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a bounce out to the right side. Regis University. He is 0 for 4 for the tournament. That is in there for a strike. Good start for Corey Hott. .38 pitches for Hott. That is low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1-1. That's wide. Wind appears to be freshening, blowing out a little harder towards left. Temperature still 97 degrees. 2-1. One out. Nobody on. And it's popped up left side. Glenn making the call. Pruitt will call him off. And we'll haul it in. That was a big league pop up there. And that's out number 2. So 2 down. Skillings is 0 for 3. Here is the cleanup man, Brett Bonner. A couple of walks today and a run scored out of Barton. 1 for 3 for championship week. That is low and away. Ball 1. Top of the 5th. Nobody on. That's high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. A lot of room in left center. Left fielder near the line. And the center fielder has him shaded towards right. So a big gap out there. 3-0. Strikeout to Walsh and a pop up to Skillings. And you're up to date. That is low. And a 4-pitch walk to Bonner. He is aboard with 2 away.
Brings up the center fielder number 6, Thomas Craig.
Thomas Craig now. 1 for 2 today. Big home run in the first and a strikeout in the third. UT Dallas. He is 2 for 5. And that is off the hands. That is fouled straight back.
Autotech is a one-stop service center for all your vehicle service needs. Located at 4411 West Central.
No balls and a strike. 2 out. Runner at first base. That'll be Bonner. That is pop foul. And it's 0-2.
That foul ball was caught by your vehicle. Get Legacy Advisors Insurance Agency and call to make sure you and your family are protected. You'll be glad you did.
No balls and 2 strikes. 2 away. We're all knotted at 3. And that is popped up right side. Hastings making the call. Ranging over towards second base, and that'll do it. So the Bears are going to strand a 2-out walk. We played 4.5. We're all tied at 3. We will be right back.
At Davis Moore, we pride ourselves on our ability to provide a safe and reliable driving experience to all of our customers. When we say that safety is our top priority, we mean it. That's why every single one of our pre-owned vehicles goes through a 171-point inspection before it ever goes on our lot. And with our Davis Moore 360 guarantee, you can drive forever, worry-free. So let us prove to you that we have the best car care and best customer experience and why nobody beats a Davis Moore deal. Come by any one of our 5 Davis Moore locations or check us out online at davis-moore.com.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 5th we go. Top of the order for the Dogs. We're all tied at 3. They get a couple in the 4th, 1 in the 3rd. And we're tied 3-3. Rayburn, Pruitt, and Glenn scheduled. Here is Wade Rayburn. 1 for 2 today. First pitch to him. That is off the hands. Fisted down the left side. Foul. So Sanchez in for inning number 5. 68 pitches through 4. And the 0-1. That swung on and missed. Good change of pace there from Sanchez, and it's 0-2. 351 on the season for Rayburn. 2 for 5 in championship week. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out, nobody on. Home half of the 5th. 1-2. That is bounced foul. Count remains 1-2. Todd Hook along with Chris Worrell and Caden on the camera, bringing it to you. 1-2. That's wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the leadoff man, Rayburn. And that is low, 3-2. Here's the 3-2. And it's high and away. And a leadoff walk to Rayburn. Shortstop now, here is Brandon Pruitt. Grayson College. Runner at first base, nobody out. Rayburn down there with a leadoff walk. Pruitt 1 for 2, doubled in the third and was stranded. And the first pitch shows bunt, down the third base line, foul. So Dawgs going small ball here in the 5th. Dawgs have out hit the Bears 6-3. And the score is tied. No balls and a strike. Bunt again. That is a good one. Down the third base line. Third baseman up with it. Over to first. In time. Throw back to third. And it's into left field. And Rayburn will score. Good play there by the Dawgs. And the Bears a little bit careless with the baseball. So credit Pruitt with a sacrifice, and there's one away. Key to that play, Rayburn was running all the way. No hesitation around second base. That created some urgency for Warner as he threw across. Here is Jackson Glenn. That is in there for a strike. 0-1, 1 out. Glenn out of Dallas Baptist, 0 for 2 today. That is inside, ball 1. Glenn 1 for 6 in championship week. And the 1-1, that is away. 2 balls and a strike. Got to wonder just how much Sanchez has got left in the tank. 2 balls and a strike. That is sprayed foul down the right. Got to wonder how much or how many reps Sanchez has gotten since being released by the Braves in 2015. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That is into left field for a solid base hit. So Glenn gets his first base hit of the ballgame, turns it hard, and Maker up with it quickly to get it in. It was a base running clinic right there, boys and girls. Every base hit is a double until the coach holds you up. And he bobbled it all out there by Maker, and Glenn would have been into second easily. Here is the cleanup man, Andrew Miller. UT Arlington product. 1 for 1 today, a run scored with a walk. Off-speed pitch catches the inside corner, strike 1. Cheney faithful, not so sure. And the 0-1, off-speed pitch is high. 1 ball and 1 strike, 1 out. 1 run across. Dawgs now lead it 4-3. Rayburn led it off with a walk. Pruitt with a sacrifice. And a miscue by the Bears. And they pull ahead. So 2 errors for the Bears. They play Miller straight away and deep. Off-speed pitch misses low. 3-1. Nine home runs on the season for Miller. You got to think he's licking his chops right here. 3-1. That is up the middle for a base hit. And his second base hit of the game. He is 2 for 2. First and second now. Just 1 out. Some activity now in the Bears bullpen. Time is called. Manager out of the dugout. We will see if they're going to make a change. Still lots of baseball to see. 2 more ball games today. In the feature game, it'll be the San Antonio Angels and the National Junior College All-Star team. And in the late game, San Diego will take on the Colorado Cyclones. Conference over, no changes made. 87 pitches for Sanchez. 3, 4, and a third. First and second, 1 out. You got to think the Dawgs may try to break this thing wide open. From the looks of their numbers, I don't see how they couldn't. That is swung on, lifted to center, or left field. Maker will haul it in the gap. And that'll be out number 2. So Hastings first pitch swinging, and he is retired. He is 0 for 2.
Left fielder number 20, Tristan Kennard.
2 outs now for Kennard. 1 for 2 today, stolen base and a run scored. .325 in the regular season, so good numbers. First and second. And that one's high. Got to think maybe the Bears trying to at least get this inning finished up. That is into left field. Maker, he will come in a few steps and haul it in, and that'll do it. So the Dawgs are going to get one. They strand a couple, and we have played 5. Dawgs now lead at 4-3. We will be back.
Won't you come dream with me now, yeah, chasing down a beautiful dream. Won't you come follow me now, yeah, won't you come dream with me now.
Stadium for the NBC World Series has been held for 84 years. Also, did you know that Raymond Harry Hap Dumont used to host the Kansas State Tournament on Island Park, an island in the middle of the Arkansas River, until a fire destroyed it in 1934.
And welcome back, top of the 6th we go, cruising right along. Dawgs now lead it 4-3. They get a couple in the bottom half of the 5th. 6, 7, and 8 scheduled for the Bears. That is Brandon Warner, first pitch swinging deep to center. Rayburn going back near the track and will haul it in. And Rayburn makes it look easy out there. That is 1 pitch and 1 out. Right fielder Austin Lynch now 0 for 2. UNC Charlotte. He is hitless in the tournament, still looking for his first base hit. Strikeout victim in the fourth, bounced out in the second. First pitch swinging, that is into left. Kennard had him played just about perfectly. Take a step in and haul it in for out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs. That'll help the old pitch count right there. So Drew Duncan. Will we have a 3-pitch inning? You just don't know. Looks like time is called. Third base coach wants to talk to him. Maybe he's reminding him that the first 2 guys looked a little anxious and popped out on 2 pitches. Bears lost to the Colorado Cyclones 10-1 on Saturday, so they're 0-1 in championship week. Trying to avoid elimination. Cheney faithful are trying to figure out why this conference continues. Third base coach is facing the dugout, talking to his player. Umpire's going to saunter that way, makes a couple of steps. He is moving. Third base umpire coming in. Going to get one of those 15-yard delay of game penalties. Sorry, I'm almost in football mode. It looks like we are ready to go. Looks like they were having a counseling session down there. 2 outs. And the first pitch, high and in. Ball 1. So Duncan going to step out, kind of gesture towards the mound, trying to think that might have been on purpose. 1 ball and no strikes. Here it is. That's a good fastball at 85 on the outside corner. 1-1. No love lost between these 2 clubs. I doubt there will be a group hug after the game. And a 1-1 in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. Duncan out of Arkansas, Fort Smith. A couple of walks today. It's in the dirt. 3-1. 2 pitches and 2 outs. Now we go to 3-1. And here it is. That is low. So a 2-out walk issued to Drew Duncan. And he represents a tying run. Top of the 6th, 2 outs. 9-hole man, Josiah Scott. He is 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the 2nd. Flew out in the 4th. So he's still looking for his first base hit of the tournament. He will be off to the University of Nebraska at Omaha. First pitch swing, that is off the pitcher's glove. And through the legs of Pruitt. And Duncan down to third. And Scott is aboard. Let's see how they're going to score it. Looks like they're going to give him a hit on that one. So first and third. That was off the pitcher's glove hot. Just deflected it enough. Pruitt had it in his sights. Got a little ahead of himself. I think he thought that maybe he had to hurry, but a catcher was running, so may have had time to make a sandwich. So that will go as a base hit. First and third now, top of the order, Evan Maker. It's in there at the knees, strike 1. Maker 0 for 3, struck out in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd, and flew out in the 4th. He is 1 for 5 in the tournament. That is low, 1-1. Dawgs lead at 4-3. They have out hit the Bears 8-4. First and third, kind of a funny inning. First 2 guys promptly flew out, then a walk to Duncan, and a squirrely base hit to Josiah Scott. That's inside. And it's 2-1. Bears with a chance to tie it up with a base hit right here. Two balls and a strike, 2 outs. And that is into center. Rayburn in, and he will make the catch on the run. Good speed out there in center field by Rayburn. And that'll do it. We played 5.5. Bears are going to strand a couple. And they trail the Dogs 4-3. We will be right back.
Guess how much I got this seat for? Only $5. Yes, $5 because of our $5 baseball nights. And our $5 baseball starts Sunday, July 29th and goes till Thursday, August 2nd. And then we will have our final $5 baseball night on Tuesday, August 7th. So make sure to go pick up your $5 baseball vouchers at Goodwill and Quick Trip in the Wichita area.
All 16 days of the NBC World Series.
And welcome back, home half of the 6th we go. Dogs lead at 4-3, 7, 8, and 9 for the Dogs. First pitch to Shurik is low ball 1. It'll be Shurik, Douglas, and Moritz. That is drilled to left field, just outside the diving reach of Duncan at shortstop. And a leadoff base hit for Shurik. And that's his first of the game. He is 1 for 3. So a solid base hit for the Dogs. And the leadoff man is aboard. Hunter Douglas now 1 for 2. Doubled and RBI in the 4th. Flew out in the 3rd. Shurik down at first. First pitch swinging. Back goes Maker. Near the track. It gets over his head. And bounces over the fence. Well, that is a break for the Bears, because if that is just a garden variety off the wall double, then Shurik scores easily. But he is down to 3rd. He is halted there. And the second double of the ball game for Douglas. So 2nd and 3rd now with nobody out. Here is Ryan Moritz. And that's going to be all for Sanchez. So 92 pitches for Sanchez. He will leave losing. Runners at 2nd and 3rd are his responsibility. Let's see who it is. Looks like it'll be Nick Sloan. 6 foot, 195-pounder out of Paola, Kansas. Out of Washburn University. He will be a senior, so he will come along and try to slow things down just a smidge. He will face the 9-hole man, Ryan Mortz.
For Colorado will be number 22, Nick Sloan. Sloan now on the mound for the Black Bears.
So Sloan out of Washburn University. He will come in and inherit a mess. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Shurik led it off with a line drive base hit to the left. And then Douglas bounced one over the fence in left center. So a little unlucky for the Dogs. As if that is just off the wall, or that stays in the ballpark in any way, Schurig scores easily. And we're ready to go. Moritz 1 for 2 with a run scored. So he is 1 for 2 for the tournament out of Hutchinson Community College. Steps in from the left side. Chance to add some insurance. The infield is going to come in. Outfield shading him a little bit towards right field. A lot of room in left center. Left fielder over near the line. And a pitch. First pitch swinging. And strike one. Good fastball at 86 for Sloan. So Sloan takes over for Sanchez. That is down the left field line. That's foul. Maker over to take a look, unable to get there.
Located at 4411 West Central, with a $24 oil change. Call 316-942-0707.
Oh, 2. That is wide. So Sanchez goes 5 innings through 92 pitches and has given up 4 runs. He will stand to lose it if things stay the same. 1-2. Just missed outside. Pretty good pitch there from Sloan. 2-2. Pitch had good movement. Started that kind of on the outer third, and it moved away. 2-2. Good change of pace. Just got a piece of it foul. And the count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nobody out second and third. Dawgs threatening. 2-2. That's wide. 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Sloan 1 pitch away from walking them loaded. Or from loading them up. He didn't walk them loaded, but they will be loaded. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Sloan. Boy, really pulled the string on that one, and the bottom dropped out of it. That is out number 1. So a big out right there. Top of the order, center fielder Rayburn now. Walked and scored in the 5th. He is 1 for 2. 2 for 4 in the tournament. And takes a pitch wide outside. Good fastball, just missed. Rayburn out of Aledo, Texas. And the 1-0. That is just a bit outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the 6th with 1 out. Sloan trying to get him out of it. Off-speed pitch just missed inside. 3-0. See if he can battle all the way back or he's going to load him up. And the pitch. That is outside. Didn't miss by much. And they're loaded. Brandon Pruitt now. 1 for 2, a double in the 3rd. 4 for 6 in the tournament. He is swinging a hot bat. He will come up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Sloan going to step off and start over. Corners are in. Back in the middle. They play him deep and straight away in the outfield. And a pitch. It's in there for a called strike. A good spot by Sloan. He painted the outside corner with that one. No balls and a strike. That is outside. Good dig by Scott. That saved a run. Another example of just how fine the catchers are. 1 ball and 1 strike. 10 hits for the Dawgs. Only 4 for the Bears. Couple of miscues for the Bears. And it's in there for a strike. 1 and 2. Ball and 2 strikes to the shortstop out of Grayson College. Only played a couple of games for the Dawgs. And 1-2 in the dirt. Dug out again by Scott. Looks like Pruitt going to step out. Looks like he got one of them BBs in his eyes. Say the ball's in the dirt, but there's no dirt down there. The only dirt you'll find is on pitcher's mound. Or you got to bring your own. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it is. That is off the hands. Short, slow roller to the first baseman. He will think about home and step on it for out number 2. And Shurik will score. So 2 outs on the inning. Everybody will move up. Credit Pruitt with an RBI. And it's 5-3 now, Dawgs. Jackson Glenn, 1 for 3 today, singled in the 5th. And he takes one right down the middle, strike 1. A good fastball right down the middle from Sloan. He'll try to get out of it with minimal damage. He inherited an absolute mess. Nobody out runners at second and third. And the 0-1 just missed outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One. That is drilled to left. Maker back near the track, going back, off the wall, and gone. That is off that wall behind left field. And that is a 3-run homer for Jackson Glenn. That is a heartbreaker for the Bears. And a 2-run homer for Jackson Glenn. 3 runs across for the Dawgs here in the 6th. And they now lead at 8-3. Cleanup guy now, Andrew Miller. 2 for 2 today, a run scored. Out of UT Arlington. And he checked his swing. 438 in the regular season. That's unbelievable numbers. And the 1-0. That's in there. Good pitch on the inside corner from Sloan. It's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's high. Dawgs hitting .385 as a team in the regular season. Seen a number like that anywhere. And is outside. 3 balls and a strike. Wind continues to blow out to left. And a 3-1 in the dirt. And a walk to Miller with 2 outs. Scott's going to go out and talk to his pitcher.
Nominating the first baseman, number 17, Scott Hastings.
Conference over. Scott Hastings will dig in out of Corpus Christi A&M. He is hitless today, 0 for 2 with a walk. 406 in the regular season. And the first pitch to him just missed inside. Ball and no strikes. Eight runs across for the Dawgs. That's a good pitch on the outside corner. Painted it. 1-1. Sloan took over for Sanchez here in the inning and inherited a mess. 1 ball and 1 strike in the dirt. Still no action in the Bears bullpen. 1 and 2, 2 outs. Sloan trying to get out of it. That's in there for a strike. Boy, that's a good location. 2 and 2. Kennard would be next. And the pitch. That just missed outside. Boy, hit his spot. Looked like Scott was set up just a smidge outside. 3 and 2. They play Hastings straight away and deep. A lot of room in left center. Runner goes. That is foul down the right side. Right through the wickets of the first base coach. And we'll do it all over again. 3 and 2. Miller back to first. He's going. And a good strike on the outside corner. And Hastings will watch it. And that is out number 3. So the Dawgs do some damage. They get 4. We have played 6. They now lead at 8-3. We will be back. Welcome back, top of the 7th. Bears with some work to do. They now trail at 8-3. 2, 3, and 4 for the Bears. Walsh, Skillings, and Bonner. First pitch to Zach Walsh in there for a strike. Walsh out of Metro State. He is 1 for 3 today, doubled and scored in the first. He is 1 for 7 in the tournament. That's in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. .63 pitches for Corey Hott. That is fouled back. And it's 1 and 2. Walsh over at second base today. And that is behind him. Wow, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As a hitter, I've had this happen to me a couple of times. You just don't know what to do with a pitch behind you. You just don't see it. Maybe 3 times in your career. Here's the 2-2. That's wide. That got a piece of Miller. Tried to do kind of a hockey stop there. 3 and 2. Leadoff man Zach Walsh. And the pitch. And they're going to check him, see if he went around. And he did not. So a leadoff walk to Zach Walsh, and the Bears are in business. Bears need base runners. Here is Garrett Skillings. Hitless today, 0 for 3. He is 0 for 5 for Wichita. First pitch, popped up, left side. Kennard coming in, near the line, just into foul ground, and he'll haul it in for out number 1. So 1 out in the inning. Here is Brett Bonner, hitting in the cleanup spot today out of Barton County Community College. 3 walks on the day, a run scored, so he remains 1 for 3 for the tournament. Runner at first base, that would be Walsh, and a fastball outside. 38 strikes, 31 balls for Hott. He took over for McElwee in the 3rd. Swung on and missed. Good hack there from Bonner. He will come up empty. Asking the umpire if that was a strike. 1-1. And the pitch. Breaking pitch low. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out. Walsh led it off with a walk. Skillings popped out to left field. And now 2-1 to Bonner. That is popped up. Left side, third baseman Glenn making the call. And he'll haul it in for out number 2. Two down. Thomas Craig now. 1 for 3 today. Home run in the 1st. Strikeout in the 3rd and popped out to the right side in the 5th. Throw over. And Walsh back in there head first. And that's back in there a little closer. Steve Strain will have the next one. And Frank Martinez have the late game. So we got you covered. That's a good change of pace. And Craig swung through it 0-1. Good change up from Hott. They play Craig over near the line and left. Another big cut. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Craig with a home run in the 1st. And the 0-2. That hit him. And it looks like they're going to make him stay there. Well, it looked like Craig just turned away and make a whole lot of an attempt to get out of the way. I think that could have went either way. So 1-2 now. Umpire discretion on whether or not hitters make an attempt. And the 1-2 is high, 2-2. A lot of hitters will wear that elbow guard. And that will entice them to try to wear as many pitches as possible. 2-2. That is, looked like it was off his backside. It was on the other side of him, so he didn't know which way to go. So third base coach down the line. So it looks like the umpires are going to huddle and see whether or not it might have grazed his back. It looked like it did. They're going to talk about it. So maybe this would be a good time to bring up the old instant replay. Maybe Kevin Jinks could get that in play next year. And much to the mental health of the Bears faithful, they are going to say it didn't hit him. And it's 3-2. Walsh down at second. Bears faithful are losing their minds. And a 3-2. That is fisted. That's into right field. They will hold the runner. So a pretty good piece of hitting there by Thomas Craig. Took an inside pitch, inside outed it off the hands into right field for his second base hit of the ball game. So first and third, Bears not done here in the top of the 7th. 2 outs, Brandon Warner. 0 for 3 today. Couple of flyouts and a strikeout in the third. Looks like we're going to have a visit to the mound. There's some activity in the Dawgs bullpen. Couple guys getting loose. Looks like a couple of right-handers. Looks like number 4, Alberto Barber, getting loose. And Jacob Ewing. Umpire out to break it up to see what's going on. Plenty of baseball left today. Got a couple more games after this one. Steve Strain will have the feature game between San Antonio and the Nationals. Late game, Frank will have it in San Diego and the Colorado Cyclones. Still lots of baseball to see. It is family night, superhero cape giveaway, and half-price root beer floats. Conference is over, no change. Here is Brandon Warner. And that one's off the elbow pad. So he made about the same effort as the last guy did, but he will be awarded first base nonetheless. So the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Right fielder Austin Lynch, 0 for 3. And a pitch. That's a fastball on the outside corner. Good spot by Hott. 8-3 Dawgs, but the Bears threatening with them loaded with 2 outs. Walsh over at third. He led it off with a walk, and that's a good change of pace. And Lynch out ahead of it. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. They are loaded. Top of the 7th. 11 hits for the Dawgs, 5 for the Bears. And that is low and inside. Looked like a slider on his back foot. Not biting. 1-2. Good plate presence by Austin Lynch. Hitless for the tournament out of UNC Charlotte. 1-2. That's in the dirt. Blocked nicely by Miller. That saved a run. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hott trying to get out of it without any damage. Walsh led it off with a walk, a fly out by Skillings, and a pop up by Bonner. Base hit by Craig and a hit by pitch to Warner. You're up to date, and they're loaded. 2-2. That is bounced foul to the right side. Count remains 2-2. We'll do it all over again. Coming up on 6 o'clock Central Time, still 95 degrees, but a nice breeze to keep the gnats away. Here's a 2-2. That is into center. Rayburn. Yeah, he's right there, and he'll haul it in. So, Dawgs get out of it, and the Bears, they will leave them loaded. We have played 6.5. Score still 8-3 Dawgs. We'll be right back.
It is the Cheney, Kansas Diamond.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com.
Great job, gang.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back, ain't much an old country bullock we can't hack. It's early to rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. My days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine rock, I got me old fiddle, and the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
And welcome back, home half of the seventh we go. Dogs firmly in control of this one, 8-3 over the Colorado Black Bears. 6, 7, and 8 for the Dogs. Kennard, Schrick, and Douglas scheduled. Sloan out for inning number 2. He took over for Sanchez in the 6th and gave up a couple. Dogs did get 4 runs, and that's in there for a strike to Kennard. 1 for 3, a run scored, and a stolen base. 8 men to the plate last inning for the Dogs, and it's 1-1 now to Kennard. Left fielder today out of the University of New Orleans. 1-1, that is wide. Sloan, a very quick worker, which is good for all of us. 2 balls and a strike. That is wide. 3-1. Sloan shaking his arm a little bit. I wonder how he's doing. 3-1. Lifted. That's to right center. Lynch going back. Lays out. And wow, makes the play. What a play by Lynch. Wind taking it away from him. Looking into the sun. Great concentration out there. And Kennard is retired.
Brings up the designated hitter, number 16, Matt Schurick.
So 1 out. Here's Matt Schurick. First pitch swinging, that is to the third baseman, Skillings. He'll get it on the room service hop. Over to first, just gets Schurick. He runs very well. And 2 up and 2 down. That's just what the Bears needed.
Right fielder, number 3, Hunter Douglas.
So 2 outs now. Here's Hunter Douglas. 2 for 3 today out of Mesa. Scored a run in that big 6th inning for the Dogs. Right fielder today. And he takes a pitch low, ball 1. 3 for 7 in the series, so a good series for him. That is outside. 2 balls and no strikes. (2-0). Here it is. That's high and away, 3-0. So after getting a couple of quick outs, Sloan has lost a little bit of command versus Hunter Douglas. 360 in the regular season and a 3-0. That is drilled to left center. Craig going back near the track. Gone. A long home run for Hunter Douglas. That's his 3rd base hit of the ball game. And that makes it 9-3. Dogs. No doubt about that one. I don't even think Maker in left field took more than a couple of steps. I think he knew it was out of here. Well, 9-3, 12 hits for the Dogs. Second baseman Ryan Moritz. First pitch swinging down the left field line. Foul. That is in the field pass area. Some activity now in the Bears pen. And that is fisted foul. Moritz out of Hutchinson Community College. 1 for 3 today. Struck out in the 6th, singled and scored in the 3rd. Bounced out in the 4th. 382 in the regular season, so good numbers for the second baseman, Moritz. That is into left field. Maker coming, and will haul it in. So the Dawgs get 1. We have played 7. They now lead at 9-3, and we will be back for the 8th right after this.
Hey, make it out every Friday of the NBC World Series this year. All college students will get free admission into the NBC World Series and will be offering $3 16-ounce Natty Light cans.
Don't forget to visit the Sam's Club booth today. Memberships are $25 for 2 cards for 1 whole year.
And we're back top of the 8th we go. Bears running out of time. They now trail it 9-3. 8-9-1 for the Bears. It'll be Duncan Scott and Maker. Corey Hott still out there. Been out there since the 3rd. 86 pitches for him. Here is Drew Duncan. First pitch swing, bounce to the shortstop. Pruitt will get it on the big hop with a mint. And over to first in time. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the 8th. 9-hole man Josiah Scott. 1 for 3 today, singled in the 6th. Nebraska Omaha product. That is a fastball outside. Ball 1. One for 3 in the tournament. Popped up left side. Kennard over near the line. And the wind will push him back a little bit, but he will haul it in for out number 2.
Left fielder number 8.
2 down. Top of the order, Evan Maker. Hitless today, 0 for 4. Did reach on a fielder's choice in the 2nd. He is 1 for 2 in game 1. That is into center field. Rayburn coming, and will haul it in for out number 3. So the Bears go quietly in order. Played 7.5. They still trail it 9-3. We will be right back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you guys there. I was just checking out the NBC World Series' new app. You can find this app at the App Store. All you need to do is type in NBCWS to be caught up on all things NBC World Series.
NBC World Series, it all happens here.
And bottom of the 8th we go. Dawgs in control, 9-3. New arm on the mound for the Colorado Blackbirds. Bears. Looks like they will go with number 18, Gannon Reiswig. He is a 6'3", 210 right-hander out of Cedar Park, Texas, by way of Metro State. Top of the order, 1, 2, and 3. Rayburn, Pruitt, and Glenn scheduled for the Dawgs. First pitch swinging. That is bounced to the second baseman. Walsh up with it. Over to first in time. So one pitch and one out.
Shortstop number 19, Brandon Pruitt.
And the shortstop, Brandon Pruitt, out of Grayson College. 1 for 4 today. 4 for 8 for the tournament. So a good tournament so far for him. Shows bunt and takes a pitch low. Only been with the club for a couple of games. Not sure where he played the rest of the summer. And the 1-0 inside, almost hit him. 2 balls and no strikes. So the Bears will go to Gannon Reswick. And that is low and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Pruitt. (3-0). That is high and in. So a 4-pitch walk to Brandon Pruitt. And he's aboard with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. Jackson Glenn now. Good day for him. 2 for 4, a home run and a run scored out of Dallas Baptist. Homered in the 6th. Dawgs got 4 runs in the 6th. And the pitch. That is high. Ball 1. So Reswick struggling after getting the leadoff man to bounce out. Runner goes, and the throw down, not in time. Ball is in the dirt, squirts away. And over to third is Pruitt. So with 1 out, the Dawgs not taking their foot off the gas. Runner at third base, courtesy of a 1-out walk. It's an off-speed pitch in there, and it's 2-1. Pretty good movement on that pitch from Reswick. Ball and 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and that'll do it for Jackson Glenn. Good strikeout for Reswick. He will get his first. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Cleanup guy, Andrew Miller. 2 hits and 2 walks and a run scored. 2 for 2. 2 for 6 in the tournament. That is outside, ball 1. Miller out of UT Arlington. Drove in 51 this past season. Sounds like he will figure prominently into that Maverick lineup come spring of 19. 2-0. That is so, my goodness, smoke down the third base line and just foul. That just about took out Brandon Pruitt. Ball was turned on in a hurry by Andrew Miller. And a 2-1, that's in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. So a 3-1 count to Andrew Miller. He has got to be chomping at the bit at this opportunity. Let's see how Reswick plays it. And the 3-1. That is high and away. And he'll walk him. That's probably not a bad idea. 3rd walk of the ball game for Miller.
Brings up the first baseman, number 17, Scott Hastings.
Scott Hastings now. He is hitless today, 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. Corpus Christi A&M. He will step in with runners at the corners and 2 outs. That's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. No balls and a strike, 2 outs, and the runner goes. That is bounced foul down the right side. So Miller will have to return. And that is low and in. So 1 and 2 now to Scott Hastings. Family night at the ballpark and Superhero Cape giveaway. Half price root beer floats, 1 and 2. Swung on and missed. And that'll do it for the Dawgs. They're going to strand a couple. And we have played 8. Bears running out of time. They trail the Dawgs 9-3, and we'll be back.
Make the most of every single moment. After the game, see what's happening at visitwichita.com. Top of the 9th, last chance for the Bears. They trail it 9-3. 2, 3, and 4 for the Bears. Walsh, Skillings, and Bonner. Looks like Corey Hott will continue. 86 pitches for him. And the first pitch is low and away, ball 1. And a 1-0 in there for a strike, 1-1. San Antonio Angels and the Junior College Nationals will be next. Steve Strain will have it for you. And the 1-1 is outside. And in our late game, San Diego Waves and the Colorado Cyclones. Frank Martinez will have all the action. 2-1. That is foul back, 2-2. Walsh out of Metro State. Doubled in the first and scored. And has been quiet ever since. He is 1 for 3 with a walk. And that's low, 3-2. Top of the 9th. Dawgs lead the Bears 9-3. That is off the hands. That is hit a mile, but foul. And will be over the batting cages.
Bring it to Autocraft, where the mark of a good body shot is no mark at all.
McElwee started it and went 2 innings, and it's been Corey Hott ever since. 3-2 inside, almost hit him. That is ball 4. Umpire reminds Zach that we do 4 here. Going to have a visit to the mound. Looks like we're going to have a change. Looks like Albertus Barber, 6'1", 195-pound
right-hander out of Oklahoma Baptist, and Tulsa of Oklahoma will take over. That'll do it for Hott. He receives a good hand, as he should. Came in and did yeoman's work, and will stand to win it. Well, looks like the left-hander will come in. Correction, that's a right-hander, so Albertus is a right-hander. Some numbers on him.
Attention fans, now 15-14, number 4, Albertus Barber. Barber now on the mound for the Diamond Dogs.
8 innings of work this past summer, gave up 14 hits. Appeared in 5 games, no starts. Gave up 13 runs, 5 of which were earned. Struck out 10 and walked 8. He had no record and a 5.63 ERA. So that will be Albertus Barber out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. So Barber will take over. Runner at first base and nobody out. Dogs lead at 9-3. Half-price root beer floats today at the ballpark. Hot day, come on out and have one. And just because yesterday was mitts and mutts, well, you got to remember that dogs are welcome at the NBC tournament every day. All dogs in this game. They lead at 9-3. They got behind early. Bears jumped out ahead 3-0. Dogs slowly climbed into it, and they exploded with 4 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th. They now lead at 9-3. So Barber will take over for Cheney. And he will try to shut the door. Not a save opportunity. So Hott goes 6 good innings. Here is Garrett Skillings. He will step in. Hitless today out of Regis. He would like to get off the bubble, and that's low, ball 1. Skillings 0 for 2 in game 1 of championship week. Couple of flyouts, a ground out, and a strikeout today. It's in there for a strike, 1-1. Barber not wasting any time out there. Pitches like he's late for supper. Speaking of that, and it's coming up. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Good hack there by Skillings. And he will come up empty. One and two, nobody out. They shade him a little bit towards right. A lot of room in left center. And the pitch, that is drilled to right field. Douglas back and to his right, and he will haul it in. Good jump on the baseball by Douglas, and there's one away. Skillings gets it on the screws, but he will come up empty. And here is the cleanup man, Brett Bonner. 3 walks, a run scored, and a pop-up. Out of Barton Community College, been quiet today. That is to the left side. Shortstop up with it over to second for one. Back to first in time, and that'll do it. And the double play ends it. And here are your numbers. For the Colorado Black Bears, 3 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. For the Cheney Diamond Dogs, 9 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. Hott will be the winning pitcher. The loss will be saddled with Sanchez. The Bears go to 0-2. Dawgs 1-1. Up next in about 30 minutes, it'll be the San Antonio Angels and the Junior College Nationals. And I'm Todd Hook, Chris Worrell, and Caden. Steve Strain will be up next. We will see you later.